Supreme Court issued a decision ousting Congresswoman Lucy Torres-Gomez of the 4th District of Leyte. Her political rival in the 2010 elections, Eufrosino Codilla, questioned the validity of her substitution of her husband's candidacy. After Richard Gomez, who was disqualified by the COMELEC for failure to establish his residency status, Codilla filed a protest before the House Electoral Tribunal but lost. He elevated his case before the Supreme Court and won. Tonight we have with us on the line is Congresswoman Lucy Torres to give us an insight on the Codilla protest. Good evening, ma'am, and welcome to NewsLife.
Good evening, Freddie.
Ma'am, good evening. This is Robert. Ma'am, were you surprised by the decision of the Supreme Court, and will you appeal the decision?
Yes, surprised, yes. I was surprised by that decision, and yes, we will appeal. I wouldn't put anything past my opponents, Freddie, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a technicality, and it doesn't erase the fact that coming into my first term, I enjoyed an overwhelming mandate. It was the first time in the history of the 4th District of Leyte that there was a margin that big, and I know I'll continue to enjoy the support of the people, so I will just forge on.
Ma'am, as you said, you won by more than 24,000 votes in 2010. If you did not validly substitute Richard's candidacy, the COMELEC could have disqualified you, but they did not. Given your performance, are you confident your constituents will give you a bigger margin of victory for this coming elections, this May?
Well, I'm really ending my first term, Freddie, on a high note. I know that based on surveys, the trust rating has been very great, has been very consistent. Support is there, and I have no regrets. I know I have not been able to do everything, but I know that I've also served my constituents faithfully. So I'm hoping that will carry me through.
Ma'am, when you won in 2010, people in your district wanted change. What concerns were raised by your people which the Codillas did not deliver when they were in power?
A lot of things, Freddie. There were a lot of ghost projects. Services were not being delivered properly, and I think that's something that's been very apparent in during my term naman. Now we've been very transparent. We've really been very faithful in serving the people. So no matter what kind of propaganda, no matter what kind of black propaganda they want to fan this time, I know that things come out.
Ma'am, just a quick overview of what programs and projects you have done during your term.
Well, siguro to sum it up, Freddie, when coming into my first term, in DPWH, for example, we were number 14 in terms of ranking. That means that, we were number 14 in terms of ranking, but in about a year's time, a year and a half, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we zoomed up to number 1. We were given an award by DPWH as the best performing district in the region, which means that we were able to finish all the projects at the right cost, the right quality, the right time. That's as far as infrastructure is concerned. In other areas, like in health, the people have seen that the sessions have been ongoing. We've put a lot of our funds in the public hospitals. A majority of my pork barrel funds go to the DSWD. And PhilHealth, we've enrolled over 28,000 families, which has never happened in the district before.
Ma'am, if you're re-elected this time again, what other projects and plans do you have for your people?
There's still a lot to be done in the district, Freddie. There are still a lot of things to be fixed in terms of infrastructure, in terms of health programs, and really just getting the services directly to the people. Letting the funds go where they're supposed to go.
Ma'am, you authored the bill signed into law by President Aquino, which will revitalize PTV4.
Yes.
How do you think the impact will be on the network as a major source of information for our people?
Yes, I think, Freddie, that we have to view the Philippines as a market, and the PTV4 bill would be very helpful in terms of marketing the Philippines, because the medium is the message. It's nice when we have a network that's glossy and that will be able to showcase and highlight the best of what the Philippines has to offer and what it really is as a country, with a great people and a great future. So that bill was it's a priority measure of the president, and it will be a good vehicle for the administration and for the president to promote the government's plans in a way that the people can easily relate to and will also find joyful to watch.
Mhm. And ma'am, finally, if the Supreme Court has disqualified you now and you win in this coming elections, does that technically mean that you'll be on your first term again? And final words?
You know, I don't know, Freddie. That's what everybody has been saying the whole day. They've been saying that you know, I'm entitled to another another 3 years,
Yes.
3 years, as if it's going to be my first term. But you know, that's really not my focus now. At this point, I really just want to focus on winning the elections again, fair and square, which is how we did it in the past. And I'd like to thank the people for the support. Everybody has just been so wonderful. Been sending a lot of love and support my way. So I thank everyone.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us tonight on NewsLife. That was Congresswoman Lucy Torres of the 4th District of Leyte. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Freddie.